right now on 5 on your side at 10.
32 hours until decision day. The new poll giving us a glimpse in the hotly contested race for mayor.
Temperatures like these, they don't scream severe weather, do they? 50s and 60s, but that's exactly what we're dealing with. We'll talk about why that's important and why other factors are in play as 2 weather impact alert days have been issued for this week.
Our top story, a horrific crash leaves 1 woman dead and a baby in critical condition.
This is definitely just a hard pill to swallow.
Tonight, what we're learning about the victim as tributes pour in.
Good evening, I'm Mike Bush. In all, 6 people, including that baby and 3 other children, were hurt in the 3-car crash in North St. Louis last night. New tonight, our Annie Krall went to the intersection where it happened. She also talked to a friend of the victim who is heartbroken. Annie.
Mike, it was a car going the wrong way on North Broadway that St. Louis Metro Police say caused the death of a woman and leaving a huge hole in the local beauty community.
On Saturday night, just after 10 p.m., police say a Mazda 6 was speeding in the southbound lanes of North Broadway near Calvary. The car crossed over into the wrong lane, hitting a Jeep and killing the 31-year-old woman inside. Police have not released her name. However, friends and co-workers who wanted to remain anonymous tell 5 on your side she's Candace Sherelle Swearingen, a successful makeup artist who worked at B Luxury Barber and Beauty in Jennings.
You know, trying to reach out to my shop family to try to see if they knew anything because we were all, you know, so close and was just all together up at the shop earlier that Saturday.
An outpouring of support online with hundreds of comments and posts on Facebook saying how outstanding Candace was and making people look beautiful, not to mention how incredible she was as a person.
She definitely had, you know, a lot of clientele, many different women from all over. Doing different, you know, wedding, bridal parties. She was just very loved and, you know, known for what she did.
A 5-month-old baby was in the Jeep with her. The child was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. 3 other kids and the 2 additional drivers were taken to the hospital as well.
She was just a beautiful person inside and out. She was awesome with, you know, what she did. Her hands was definitely gifted as far as beating faces. She had those ladies looking beautiful as herself. So this is definitely just a hard pill to swallow. Like, seriously, it took a major effect on everyone.
The barbershop owners tell me they're planning a balloon release in Candace's memory, hopefully sometime this week. Police say the driver of the Mazda who went in the wrong lanes was picked up by an unknown person and taken to an area hospital where he is in stable condition. Charges have yet to be filed. The investigation into the crash is ongoing.
New at 10, St. Louis police are investigating after a man was found shot to death inside a stolen car in South City. That stolen car crashed into another car around 6:30 tonight outside Froebel Elementary School in Gravois Park. Investigators tell us it was one of 2 cars stolen in carjackings about 30 minutes before in North City. Right now, police are not sure if the victim was involved in those carjackings. They are searching for 4 other men tonight. And right now, police need your help finding multiple suspects involved in a burglary at a White Castle. This happened just before 5 this morning on Bellefontaine Road in Bellefontaine Neighbors. Police tell us the people in these pictures assaulted multiple employees at the restaurant, hitting one employee with a gun. Anyone who has seen them or their late 2000s white Chevy Equinox is asked to call St. Louis County Police at 636-529-8210. New tonight, one of the men accused of robbing a Manchester woman in her own home was arrested in Michigan. Police found Frankie Costa at a hotel in a Detroit suburb. Costa is accused of pretending to be a utility worker and tricking an 86-year-old woman into letting him and another man into her home. According to investigators, they found the jewelry he stole from her inside his hotel room. Manchester police are traveling to Michigan to recover the jewelry. Police are still searching for the second suspect. Tonight, we are preparing you for a pair of weather impact alert days. It's calm out there right now, but meteorologist Gary Frank is tracking conditions that could impact you. Gary?
Yeah, and I think we're going to see that as we get closer to Tuesday and Wednesday. Right now, quiet outside, of course, as we've talked about. You know, look downtown, very nice and really not all that cold. Last night, it was already in the low to mid 20s in some cases. We're not that way tonight. We're in the low 30s on the Illinois and Metro East side, but look at those 40s still hanging on in Sullivan and Rolla. That's indicative of the air mass that's changing and bringing us more cloud cover, at least in the short term. We'll see that as we head into the overnight hours. That's why I don't think we're going to drop a ton, but that's part of the system, the leading edge of this. And while it doesn't look all that impressive now, nor should it, we also saw this produce tornadoes earlier. That's going to gradually work its way off to the east and northeast. And over the next coming days, we'll see it start to develop severe weather at times and really start to pick up our wind. For now, though, temps still holding steady into the mid 30s, like I said, overnight, but more clouds are expected. Now, the main weather impact alert for Tuesday and Wednesday are high wind and thunderstorms. And just prepare that you may lose power at times. And I think just breaking down our impact alert days for Tuesday and Wednesday, it's only going to be 59 degrees. And like I said before, you know, you don't see 59 and think, oh my gosh, severe weather, right? That's not how it's going to work this time. And I think we're going to deal with some other factors in play. Soaking rain at the very least and windy, but there are going to be a window for severe weather development by Tuesday afternoon. And then we're going to transition to rain, snow, and 30 to 50 mile an hour wind. We'll talk about all that and how it plays in together over the next 72 hours.
New information tonight about a shooting outside of Lee's Chicken in North City that put one woman in the hospital. This happened at the restaurant off West Florissant at around 3:30 yesterday afternoon. Police now tell us the victim confronted a driver who crashed into her parked car. When she threatened to call police, a man got out of the car and shot her. Both of the suspects got away. We're working to learn more about the victim's condition. Tonight, a 14-year-old is in critical condition after being shot in a drive-by shooting. Police say it happened near Shreve and Anderson in the Penrose neighborhood. Officers found the teen injured outside a corner store. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 1-866-371-TIPS. We're following a developing story near Kansas City tonight. Police say 2 toddlers are dead after a house exploded in Butler, Missouri. 3 others were able to escape. The Missouri State Fire Marshal's office is investigating the cause. We're less than 48 hours away from the St. Louis municipal primary, and a new poll from our partners at the St. Louis Business Journal shows we may be in for a mayoral rematch. With an almost 5% margin of error, 51% of voters surveyed say they will vote for Alderwoman Kara Spencer, while 34% say they will vote for Mayor Tashara Jones. The two ran against each other 4 years ago. Recorder of Deeds Michael Butler was predicted to get 24% of the vote, with Andrew Jones receiving 13%. When you do go vote, remember the city of St. Louis uses nonpartisan approval voting for the primary. That's the March 4th primary. You can vote for just one candidate, or you can vote for as many candidates as you approve of in each race. But then the top 2 vote getters will face off in the April 8th general election, and on that ballot, you can only vote for one candidate. With the St. Louis primary approaching fast, we have everything you need to know in our voter guide on KSDK.com. For a link, just text the word guide to 314-425-5355. Tonight, we're hearing from business owners in Jefferson County about a newly approved plan to create more foot traffic. The County Council recently passed a resolution on the final walk-bike master plan. It will put more sidewalks across the county to help connect towns and also improve safety for pedestrians walking around or biking. One business owner says he sees this doing big things for the community.
Brings a lot more interest out in this area. I think it beautifies the area. It just modernizes it and helps everything come out this way.
Right now, funding is being secured to start on a list of projects.
A birthday wish coming true.
They gave me the best birthdays I can enjoy.
The woman gifting kindness, delivering birthday parties to kids in need.
It's good to know that there's so many loving people out here who can just bring a little bit of love out to them.
Wind is the main factor for us Tuesday as we see gusts upwards of 40+ miles an hour, even without any thunderstorms. Wide could get even higher as the front passes through, and what that means for our second weather impact alert day.
Making a Difference is sponsored by Midwest Bank Center.
We all take certain childhood moments for granted, like birthday celebrations. But for some children, life's challenges can make those special days seem out of reach. In tonight's Making a Difference story, a local woman who's ensuring that difficult circumstances don't stand in the way of a child's moment to shine.
It's words that sound the same, but they don't have the same meaning.
At Koch Elementary in North St. Louis County,
We're looking for things that are flat.
the lesson on this day is that every child deserves their spotlight.
So my cup that's always on my desk, the liquid in that is volume.
While 11-year-old Drew Foster focused on schoolwork,
All right.
a group of volunteers was hard at work down the hall.
Get some birthday gifts.
They were transforming an ordinary classroom into something extraordinary.
Lots of goodies inside.
A birthday party specially designed for Drew, a devoted fan of the NBA's Golden State Warriors.
We were able to make goodie bags for him that's to that theme and have the cakes that are to the theme.
Beth Forty runs a nonprofit called Sweet Celebrations, an organization that creates birthday parties for homeless and underprivileged children. It all started with Shaylee Taylor, who was Beth's little sister through Big Brothers Big Sisters. When Shaylee became homeless on her 15th birthday, a day meant for celebration turned to uncertainty.
I kind of posted on Facebook and just said, hey, or can any of my friends and family help?
Strangers opened their hearts and wallets, and one cake lit the flame. Now, 10 years later, what started with a single candle brightens hundreds of lives each year.
She is probably the only organization that I know of that doesn't have to turn kids away. She will make it happen.
And here at Koch Elementary, they know firsthand how these celebrations fill a void.
It's a great need for the students here and the community here in Riverview Gardens and North County area. But the kids are, facing some type of homelessness, any types of financial challenges.
Think about something else that holds liquid.
For Drew, the challenges have been steep. He recently lost his mom, which turned his birthday into a bittersweet milestone.
Surprise, surprise, Drew! Happy birthday!
But today, cupcakes, decorations, and a little singing
I wanna say happy birthday to you.
drafted some joy back into his lineup.
Happy birthday to you.
They came in with presents, a cake, cupcakes, these goodie bags for everybody. It was fun.
And the happiness rippled through the school.
He was just so happy. He was just all smiles.
Okay, birthday boy, you gotta do a dance.
It's these moments of pure delight that keep Beth going, even while balancing a full-time career at a healthcare company.
When you see the smiles and the happiness of each child and know that they get to go home filled with that excitement and love, it's just fuel to my fire.
Over the last decade, Beth's created more than an organization.
Here you go, my friend.
She's built a recognition system for children sometimes overlooked.
Because some kids may go through things like me, and it's always best to give them something they can always cherish forever.
She's our school angel. Actually, that's what we call her.
And we heard you like to draw.
One woman's reminder that a child's worth isn't measured in presents,
Thank you so
No
much.
problem. Happy birthday, sweetie.
but in being present for them when it matters most.
She's just such an amazing person.
If you would like to help Sweet Celebrations, just go to the story on our website. And a reminder, if you know an inspiring person or someone making a difference for others, let me know by email at mbush@ksdk.com. Today, dozens came together in St. Charles to support families who've lost a baby. The Share Pregnancy and Infant Loss Support Organization hosted its 6th annual Run for Share 5K in Frontier Park. Many people running today lost a child from a miscarriage or a deadly genetic disorder. Organizers say they hope this event spreads awareness and support for parents who are impacted. All right, meteorologist Gary Frank rejoins us now with that weather impact forecast, and it looks like this week we're going to have a bit of a bumpy ride, Gary.
Yeah, that's the way. We're starting March a little rocky, as we would expect. The month of March always has something like this. And it's our first taste of severe weather potential at the very least. Temps right now in the low 40s, mid to upper 40s. And like I said before, nothing right here screams that there's some big change on the way, but it is going to get a little warmer. Now, there's no severe weather at this hour, but this is going to be the catalyst, the slow-moving system that's really set centered right now around the Panhandle, and the leading edge of it is producing some rain, thunderstorms, and even a few tornadoes earlier. But like I said, overnight, we're going to get more cloudy. We're going to see our temperatures continue to hold pretty steady from where they are right now in many cases. And for tomorrow, there's no issue whatsoever. You're going to start off with a few of those clouds. I do think the sun comes out pretty nicely. We're in the low 60s. Now, we've got a strong south breeze at 15 to 20 miles an hour, but believe it or not, this is the calmest day of the next 4 days. That's how windy it's going to be. Now, as we look ahead, we've mentioned that our severe threat on Tuesday, as part of our weather impact alert days, was going to be the bullseye from Jackson and really areas south of Memphis. You'll notice where this stretches, and I'll zoom in specifically because Rolla, Viburnum, Centerville, areas to the south in that category 2 of 5 from the Storm Prediction Center, but a lot of us involved in that marginal risk, and that's category 1. And one of the reasons for it is where this low is going to be centered. We have a powerful frontal system with lots of wind energy, but we won't get a lot of instability, the storm fuel, because there's going to be a little bit more to the south. So we're kind of on the northern edge of it. But like I mentioned, when we have these temperatures that don't look all that impressive temperature-wise, but you have all these other ingredients, we have to keep in mind it is possible. And I'll show you why this may be the case, because as we get into Monday, like I said, we're fine. We have no issues. But as we go through Tuesday, we're going to start off with a few showers and storms, maybe an isolated stronger storm in there. But then I think we'll see kind of a wall of rain late morning into the early afternoon hours. Now, once that clears out, this is not severe, but once that clears out and that entire system gets closer, that's where we may see some redevelopment. And it's these storms that will they fire up. That's where I think we may see a few stronger storms behind that. And the timing is going to be very important. High wind already kind of a given. I think 60+ mile per hour wind is possible because it's so windy already. We're going to see some maybe marginal hail, but it's not out of the question if they develop that we could see some brief tornadoes, I think, behind that. And that's going to be in the afternoon for us. If we don't, look how windy it's going to be. We've got a south-southeast breeze gusting up to 35 or 40 miles an hour pretty easily throughout the day on Tuesday. Now, behind that, watch our temperatures fall. Once the severe threat goes away, we'll switch things and get colder. The other end of that storm, and it switches to snow. Now, temperatures are above freezing. The ground is warm, but I'm telling you what, Wednesday morning is going to be kind of sneaky because it's going to be windy, and we'll see gusts up to 50 miles an hour. I wouldn't be surprised to see some visibility drop. The best chance for severe weather Tuesday afternoon, that rain changes to snow, and those gusts up to 50 even in the afternoon. That wind continues and finally settles down by Wednesday afternoon, and then we'll finally see things calm down by Thursday. Tuesday and Wednesday are weather impact alert days. Storms and rain and wind at the very least, even if that severe threat doesn't mitigate. And then it gets windy on Wednesday before things settle down and return to normal by Thursday.
It's time to go on the move. I'm Paul Cook, your traffic guy from Today in St. Louis. We have made you aware of so many closures along I-55 in Lemay, South County, and even South City over the past 12 months. Now let's head to Jefferson County. Over the weekend, MoDOT shifted southbound I-55 traffic onto a new median just north of Central Avenue to the south of I-55 US 67. That interchange in Festus is where we're talking about this construction. It's over a mile stretch of 55 traffic headed south on 55 that's going to be fully switched onto this new median by 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. MoDOT tells us shifting traffic allows for the demolition of the existing southbound I-55 pavement and I-55 bridges over Central Avenue, 3rd Street, and US 67. They're also closing the southbound US 67 loop ramp to southbound 55 for the next 6 months during that demolition. During that time, we're talking solutions here. Use exit 174 to take 67 south. Drivers wanting to go north on 67 in that area are going to need to use the roundabout. These upgrades are part of a $246 million project, which is all about maximizing reliability and safety on I-55 and US 67. Stay safe out there. Paul Cook, 5 on your side.
A heated exchange firing up European support for peace in Ukraine as the Ukrainian president calls for a second chance with President Trump. New information tonight in Pope Francis's ongoing battle with double pneumonia. The Vatican says the Pope no longer has a fever and is off a ventilator. Less than 48 hours ago, the Holy Father suffered a respiratory episode requiring him to use an oxygen mask to breathe. It's still unclear how much longer he will be in the hospital. Tonight, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says he believes he can salvage his relationship with the United States and is ready to sign a proposed minerals deal. Zelensky also met with European leaders today, where the United Kingdom pledged over $2 billion to help negotiate a peace with Russia. The meeting comes just days after a volatile sit-down with President Donald Trump at the White House over U.S. involvement in the conflict.
Your country is in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No,
Can
you've
I
done a lot
answer?
of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not
I
winning.
know.
You're not winning this. You're not
Mr.
in a good
Brown,
position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having
not playing
cards.
cards.
The heated exchange led many world leaders to worry about the future of America's partnership with Ukraine. However, the UK's Prime Minister says the U.S. is still playing a big part in securing peace.
I do not accept that the US is an unreliable ally. The US has been a reliable ally to the UK for many, many decades and continues to be. It's that this is a plan that we will work with the US and that it will have US backing.
Britain, France, and other countries are now working on a peace plan to take to President Trump. Other countries are also stepping in to help issues arising in another war. The United Nations called for all humanitarian aid to be allowed back into Gaza after Israel blocked all aid transports earlier today. Israeli officials said they won't start up again until Hamas agrees to extend the ceasefire deal. UN officials say they hope both sides can get back on track without restarting the fighting. The Oscars red carpet may be closer than you think. How St. Louis is celebrating Hollywood's biggest night. Tonight, some local film buffs were enjoying an Oscars watch party at the High Point Theater. The theater rolled out the red carpet for its attendees, also held a costume contest and an awards prediction contest for everybody. Honora, by the way, won Best Picture tonight. Gary has a final check of our weather.
Yeah, Monday's quiet, but Tuesday and Wednesday are weather impact alert days. And if you take nothing else from this, the fact that it's going to be extremely windy consistently from Tuesday morning all the way through Wednesday afternoon with gusts up to 50. Wednesday is the windier day. Tuesday afternoon, severe threat will really depend on how quickly that morning and early afternoon rain gets out of here. We track that starting at 4 a.m.
And there you have it, 5 on your side at 10. We're always streaming on 5+. Sports Plus with Frank Cusimano is next. Start your day with Today in St. Louis.